I've been wanting to host an afternoon tea for weeks. One of my favorite parts of hosting has always been creating the table. I love taking an ordinary space and transforming it into something that feels beautiful and inviting. A place where people can slow down, feel cared for, and escape the busyness of everyday life, even if it's just for an afternoon. As a stay-at-home mom, I spend so much time pouring into my girls that sometimes I forget how much I need time with my own friends too. So today I had two goals: create a cozy space that made everyone feel special and fill my own cup by spending a few hours with some of my favorite people. Creating a beautiful tablescape has always been one of my big passions in life. I look for any excuse to set a pretty table, and it's just something that fills me with joy to be able to create this beautiful space that people can walk into and just feel transported and immediately calm, relaxed, and just like an escape from their daily life. The table is now set. I added a little music, a tea party playlist, and the ambiance was ready to go. A year ago, I had tea at the Montage, and I fell in love with the tea, so I got the name of the company and purchased it myself. We're ready to welcome my friends for a little tea party / craft night with the girls. So I'm not going to be filming when they're here. Maybe I'll try to sneak in some bits because they don't know that I have YouTube. So it's kind of something I want to keep a secret for the time being. But I'm really excited to just have some quality time, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Okay. Tonight's activity, we did needle felting. This was the first time I'd ever done a craft like this, but it was super relaxing. Okay, so tonight for dinner, I'm making a dish that I haven't made before. I'm really excited. I love trying new recipes. I literally have hundreds and hundreds of recipes that I hoard. I'm a hoarder when it comes to recipes. I don't hoard anything else, but I hoard recipes and maybe some home stuff I like to hoard. And anyway, so that's a whole nother story. But anyway, for dinner tonight, I'm trying an Italian roast. And I'm gonna do kind of what I did in my last video, where I made a chicken roast in the oven, and then I made risotto on the side. Then you put the risotto in the dish, and then you put the roast over and let the juices like melt into the risotto, and it's phenomenal. It's like the best dish ever in my opinion. But I thought, why don't I try that with the roast? So I'm gonna make this Italian roast. I was inspired by a Pinterest recipe that I saw. I'm gonna make my typical risotto that I make because I've mastered risotto now. I've been making it for years. So I'm gonna make my risotto, make the Italian roast, and then I'm gonna pour the Italian roast juices over the risotto with the finished Italian roast when it's done, and it's gonna be chef's kiss. I just know it. It's gonna be so good. I don't know if it's gonna be better than the chicken because but I mean, it might. So yeah, I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and cook it and see what happens. Let's see if it turns out good. It's a new recipe, so I mean, typically when I cook something new, most of the time I would say it turns out because I am a pretty experienced cook. You know, I've been cooking my whole life, but sometimes they are fails, especially on Pinterest. Sometimes it could be like clickbait, and then, but I just by reading the ingredients, I'm like, no, this is good. This will be a good recipe. So let's see how it turns out. Okay. Okay, so these are my ingredients. Like, I don't know if you guys remember from another video, I always grab my ingredients and put them in this like little dish, and it just kind of helps me to be organized. And I usually do this a couple hours before I cook dinner, as long as it doesn't need to be refrigerated. This I took out because I'm about to cook it right now, but I just collect all my ingredients, and then I'm gonna go ahead and prep my veggies off camera, and we'll be right back. Okay. All right, we got little girl eating a snack, and little girl over there busy playing in the sink. So I am able to start dinner. Let's go at it. What I do is first, my veggies are cut. I usually cut them around bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna add the potatoes. The recipe didn't call for potatoes, but I have so many because I'm making potato soup later in the week, so I figured let me just cut a few potatoes in there, and the garlic. I'm gonna saute these for a little bit before I add the roast back in, and then I'm gonna top it with the potatoes and the diced tomatoes. So these are not going to get sauteed, that's why I'm not adding them to this pile. But first we are going to roast this, or sorry, cook this, sear this, and then we're going to take it out, saute these a bit, then add this back in with the beef broth and all the other goodies, and then pop it in the oven. So this is going to be my roasting pan. I'm actually in need of a good roasting pan right now, so that's going to be something I'm looking for. But for now, I just use this. I feel like it's more of a shallow roasting pan, but it works because you know, the chuck roast is not like too thick. It's perfect for this dish. So and I preheated my oven, or it's in the process of getting preheated. So
Here I am prepping the risotto. The recipe I use is actually an Instapot recipe. However, my Instapot doesn't saute very well, so I usually prep it in the pan, pour it into the Instapot for the remainder portion of the cooking. I used to make risotto all the time, the old-fashioned way, where you stand over the pan for a good 20 minutes and add the broth in a little bit at a time, and I love that. But with 2 kids, the Instapot recipe saves my time and my sanity. The roast is done, and I know it looks a little dry, but you'll see it was actually the most tender and juicy roast. The risotto is also finished. It's looking super watery, but trust me, this is important for risotto. The rice is going to soak up that additional broth. I add the butter and some freshly chopped parsley, mix it up, and let it sit for a few minutes, and it's the most perfect creamy risotto. This is a mouthful from heaven. It was so good. And as you can see, my daughters ate everything, and they are picky eaters. For my birthday, I arranged a 24 hours in San Diego with some of my closest friends. We started off our little 1-hour drive by trying this cute little coffee spot that was in San Juan Capistrano. It was called True Love Coffee. It had this cute little boutique attached, and it was really sweet. I enjoyed it. It was great coffee.
It's like a vintage watch.
And next we hit up Balboa Park. This is a massive park. There was so much to see, but we really only had time for a little stroll through the gardens and some of the main grounds. And we checked out the cafe here for a quick coffee. I would love to come back here another time and spend a little more time checking out the museums and really appreciating everything this place has to offer.
Wow, very cool. The statue comes alive. Look at Tessie. It's a statue. Wow.
We checked into our hotel. It's the Lafayette Hotel, known for its super old world decor, very Art Deco, old Hollywood. It was absolutely stunning and definitely worth a visit if you're ever in San Diego. Super charming and just really fun. And they have this jazz club that's really popular. I think it's one of the best in the country. It's called Lulu's. Also, as you can see, everything is very snake themed, a very maximalist type of decor in the bungalow that I had rented. So that was really fun and very different from my usual neutral, simple decor.